Virgos, hello and welcome. I hope you guys are doing great this morning. We are going to tap in and see what messages Cupid might have for you guys today. Now, keep in mind, Virgo, that although it may seem like this is like a love reading, these are more love messages, meaning that it isn't always going to be romantic. This could be a platonic situation and or, take it where it resonates. It isn't all going to be romance. So this could have to do with family, romantic relationships, and or platonic. Okay? All right, Virgo. Let's go ahead and get started. What is the message for Virgo? Virgo, are you guys ready for Virgo season to come on? Because your girl sure is. My birthday coming up in a couple weeks. Ooh, Virgo. Virgo, the card you got is denial. Girl, boy, sir, ma'am. What you in denial about? So this card says, failure to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles, or addictions. Okay, Virgo, what's going on, Virgo? Let me see what's at the back of the deck. What's at the bottom? Ooh. So you got the Peace card at the bottom of the deck, and this card says, peace and contentment are coming to you. Okay. So this is what was at the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Okay. Listen, guys, I'm about to be real 100 with you guys. Because me being a Virgo, I'm going to just go ahead and say I already resonate with this, with my own reading from the rip. I'm going to let you know that as of now. Because right now, the problem that I'm having has to do a lot with unhealthy cycles. Well, I guess it is an unhealthy cycle because at the end of the day, like, it's an addiction for me, and my addiction that I have been struggling to completely let go is smoking marijuana. Yes, I've been struggling with that. I pretty much don't have any other issues other than that at the moment. We all have some toxic traits and behaviors and patterns that we could all work on. But as far as addictions go, yeah, I'm having a bit of a problem with completely letting go of the marijuana. So that's just, me putting my business out there and, just letting you guys know that I do resonate with you guys. Although I am, a high priestess, I am part of the collective. So, just keep that in mind. I grow with you guys just as much as you guys learn from me, Okay, so Virgo, let's go ahead and get in and see what's going on. I'm getting, because Virgo, just now, this is just me speaking off of my own situation, because the minute I can, everybody, to each their own. Everybody has a different opinion when it comes to marijuana. It is what it is. But I personally don't have that big of an issue with it. My only issue is that I tend to get lazy, and the more I have, the more I want to smoke type of issue is what I'm having, So with all that being said, like, what I've noticed is, like, with me cutting back, it has helped me regain my focus and my stability, and not just financially too, like emotionally, because I've noticed like smoking too much, I get moody if I don't smoke on a regular basis, and I just don't want my life to revolve around having or needing to smoke a blunt on a regular, so it's something that I'm still working on currently at this moment, and I am proud to say I'm not smoking as much as I used to, so that's good. I will hopefully be done with this once and for all. But like I was trying to say is like once I started like really like looking in the mirror and telling myself, all right, stop with the delulu, stop with the pretending like you don't see clearly what flaws and traits that you have to work on. Speaking of myself, So here I am talking to myself, and I'm telling myself, like, listen, like, clear as day, you got this problem, and you can be in denial all you want. You can sit and be like, oh, I got it under control. I can focus. I can function. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what the problem is with people and me smoking. No, the real problem is I was telling myself, the real problem with me was you're in denial, boo. Babes, it's time to come to the realization that it's not working for you no more. Gotta let it go. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. So once I'm able to let that go completely, and like people like to say everything in moderation, but when you're a sign like me who have certain specific zodiac signs within your birth chart, the more you have, the more you want, the more you just want to get into. It's if you're anything like me, it's not gonna work. My best bet is to just let it go. Just let it go. For me, speaking about me, because what works for me isn't gonna work for the next person, and what works for somebody else might not work for me. So, anyways, Virgo, that's how I'm able to challenge this little issue I got going on over here. Enough rambling. Let's get started. Let me shuffle real quick for you, Virgo. And honestly, I don't mind putting myself out there as an example, because like I don't have to hide anything. I am who I am. You see exactly, you're gonna get what you see. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm always gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So keep that in mind. All right, Spirit. Let me get, what was this first one? Denial. Clarify this denial. Let me get 3 cards for this denial. Ooh, okay. So, Virgo, the first card we got is the Empress, and that did come out in the reverse. So, let me just show you real quick, because it did come out in the reverse. I'll place it back upside down. The next card we have, Virgo, is the High Priestess. Virgo, what you behind the scenes doing? What you investing your time in, Virgo? Bunch of nasties. What y'all up to? No, seriously, you doing something that you don't want people to know about. It's you hiding this. This is you withholding this addiction or this toxic whatever unhealthy cycles. This could be a pattern, a behavior, a mindset, a belief. You don't want people to know how low vibrational you are when it comes to this whatever this is. It could be, like I said, how negative you really are behind closed doors. I'm going to be honest with the Empress. Let me just get one more card out. One more card out before I say what I'm about to say. Virgo. As a Virgo, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not condoning this. So you're on your own. You're not repping the rest of the Virgos. I'm going to let you know as of now, if you're moving in the low vibrational. If you're moving in the low vibrational way, you are not repping the Virgo sign. Okay? Maybe check out one of the other zodiac signs you got on your birth chart, but you ain't moving like a Virgo for real. At least not a high vibing Virgo. Let me get one more. Knight of Swords. Virgo, what the heck are you doing? Sir, ma'am. I don't read for children, so at this point, you're acting like a whole child. Little boy, little girl. What you doing? We're about to find out. Oh my God. Okay. Hopefully I did show you guys the card. We got the High Priestess. I think I did. The Empress, which did come out in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Swords. And now we are going to clarify these. I want to be nosy and see. Because Virgo, I mean, nobody's perfect. Yes, I understand this. But we do got to work on ourselves. We got to start taking accountability and stop BSing everybody. Because if it's one thing I know for sure that Virgos like to do is we like to tell people what to do. And then, you know, sometimes we don't always take the advice we give. I'm just saying that is a Virgo trait. Just saying. Good at telling people what to do. But we're not always great at receiving guidance and direction from others. We don't like to be guided or directed by others. Must be a Virgo thing, huh? It's like, don't tell me what to do. I'll tell myself what to do type of time. All right, enough. Clarify this Empress in reverse spirit. What is this? What's Virgo doing? Because the Empress in reverse, Virgo, is someone who does not take care of themselves. I'm talking about this person doesn't, no self-care, no inner care, no nothing. Like, you just look a little crazy. Just looking a little ratchet. Little. What is this? Hold on. We have the Tower. Okay, this is a definitely Virgo. This is a low vibrational Virgo I'm reading for. You're Empress in reverse. You are very, very codependent, needy, spiteful. The list goes on. I don't like. Let me see something real quick. With this Tower here. You the type to be like, hi, how are you? Oh my God, I hope you're doing good. No. You go inside, you call your neighbor like, girl, I can't stand so-and-so. Let me tell you how I saw them. Yeah, you're that type. Fake nice. Like to smile in people's faces, to gossip behind their back the second you're not in their faces. No accountability, like no self-awareness. You're an attention seeker at that. Like, pathetic. Ugh. Have you ever met a low vibrational, needy Virgo who is such an attention seeker? Like, at this point, it's like, seriously, sit down. Sit that ass down. It ain't even that serious, hun. You have a habit of when you don't have enough, like this is someone who when they don't have any money or anything like that, they'll go hang out with people that they don't even like just to get whatever they want off of them. Don't care what type of attention as long as you getting attention. That's the type of person I'm talking to right here, right now. And you can get offended. Clearly, if you do, you know where you stand. You are a what? Low vibrational Virgo. So you can miss me with all that and go do the inner healing. That's what you can do. High Priestess, what is the secret this Virgo's doing? Because you just over here drinking, smoking, hanging out, sleeping around, just acting like you're this divine person. And behind closed doors, you're doing all this reckless stuff. Like, Look, the star. You're really making it seem like you're just like this, like, oh my God. Let me get, hold on. I'm telling you, you're really trying to make it seem like you're this knowledgeable, calm, cool, collective person who very trustworthy. Oh, you can count on me. You could depend on me. Oh my gosh. The illusions, the facade. Let me get, look at you. Look, with the Three of Pentacles, I asked for one more for this, what was it? Hold on. I asked for one more card for this High Priestess, the Star. And to clarify, the High Priestess with the Star is the Three of Pentacles. This is you acting like you're just like this high vibrational person in front of others, but behind closed doors, like people don't know what you really got going on. And you got a lot going on. You're sleeping around. You got alcoholism problems. You got issues with drugs and alcohol, basically. You're sleeping around. You like to party, nightlife. It's like living a double life. And I don't mean like, because there are some people who get confused, and there are some people who can actually balance both the masculine and feminine energy to such an extent where it looks like they're, manipulative or they're deceitful, you know what I mean? But that's not true. They just are, they're that skilled of being able to master their inner selves. So it shows up like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, Spirit, give me the words. So. I guess I'm trying to say like you could easily misunderstand this person if you're not tapped in, I guess. So Virgo, you just, like I said, you like to hang out with people who you don't even like. You sleep with people who you don't even like, who you're not even sexually attracted to. Look, I can't even make this. I cannot make this up, man. I just wanted to show you what's at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Wands, and what's it say right there behind the Ace of Wands? The moon, right? You just doing all types of just nasty. Just nasty. Look, oh my God, at the top of the, look, Virgo. And you think because nobody's seeing this behind the scenes and nobody knows, girl, boy. You just, ay. Like I said, you have no shame because you feel as though no one's watching you. But they're about to find out and you're about to be real shameful. That's why it's always best to try to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying put all your business out there, but because not everybody needs to know every little detail about your life. But if you're trying to hide certain things from the public and you are a public figure, or you're trying to be or present yourself a certain way, the shit is going to, it'll all come out. And people just have to learn to give people the chance to let them tell the story. Don't just go off of hearsay. Don't just go off of others' opinions and what they think to be true. Judge a person off of your own judgment, off of your own interactions and conversations and experience with the person. That's why I like to judge. I like to judge people off of interacting with them, off of conversating with them, not just off of hearsay or whatever. Anyways, let me get Spirit. Let me shuffle real quick. And Spirit, let me get one more card for this Knight of Swords. You got the Sun. Now, Virgo, I don't know if you're going to be behind the scenes fixing this up. I'm going to tell you right now, not all of you guys are out here acting reckless. So you're not out here, not every Virgo is out here sleeping around and, indulging in drugs and alcohol. So let me just put that out there. Okay. But for those of you who are, you guys will be exposed for all that you've been hiding. For others of you, if you haven't already given people more of a I guess the best way to explain it would be using myself. I like to Q&A. Anybody has any questions about me, come directly to me. Don't go asking people around me, my community. Just your best bet is to come directly to me. I will give you the answers you're seeking. Especially when it comes to my life, when it comes about me, my thing is me coming on here and telling you guys what I'm struggling with, what I'm working on, whatever the situation is, what I got going on in my life. It takes a lot for me to come on here and not only put my pride down, but then lay my ego to rest and, how can I put this? Be able to connect with you guys in such a way where I can relate, where you guys can relate with me, because we're not perfect. And just like you guys, I'm still, learning and growing. And I'm still breaking free from certain traits and patterns I have, with me, me telling you guys what I'm struggling with, like I said, it gives you guys more of it just strengthens the bond and the relationship that we are creating. I feel like honesty is everything. How am I going to sit here and talk to you guys and help you guys break out of certain patterns and traits and behaviors and mindsets if I myself aren't, expressing what I had to endure and how I had to go through certain things and, battle my own inner demons. Whatever. The whole point is I'm here to help you guys just like you guys are here to help me. We both learn and grow from one another, and just don't pretend like you're this person who has it all together, I guess. Don't get on this high horse speaking so highly about yourself, yet you got all this going on behind closed doors, Always remember to stay humble. And if anybody feels as though you think you're going to humble a Virgo who is already humble, let me tell you right as of now, you ain't fitting to humble no Virgo who's already humbled, okay? So whatever this personal vendetta you got against my high vibrational Virgos, get it together, sit that ass down, do the inner healing, time to self-reflect, take accountability, and keep it pushing. Whether this is a Virgo on Virgo or Virgos, with other zodiac signs, Virgos versus whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day, if this is a high vibe in Virgo, let them be about their business. Let them be about their life. Okay? You're going to tell the difference between a high vibing and a low vibing Virgo. You just will. Okay? I'm going to be honest. I really feel like I'm speaking to a male, a masculine Virgo. Now, you don't have to be masculine to resonate. You just could be a feminine in your masculine energy. But I really feel like I'm speaking to a masculine energy. It's time for you to do the inner work. You know exactly what it is that you have to work on, what you have to break free out of. Okay. Let's move on to the next one because I want to wrap it up. I got other things I got to do. Virgo, another way for you to break out of these toxic patterns is surround yourself with those people who have positive traits, healthy behaviors and patterns, How do you expect to change yourself if you're constantly still stuck in an environment which refuses to allow change, We have peace. Let me get 3 cards for this peace. You have the Ace of Wands. And that did come out in reverse. So I'm going to put it back in reverse. But I just wanted to show you. Okay, so now Spirit has made it perfectly clear that I am not just only I'm talking to both genders, both masculine and feminine, both male and female. You guys need to get this together. And when I say that, I say it from a place of love because I myself am working on some shit I got to get together. Okay? So when I say that, know that I'm saying it out of love. Let me get 2 more cards before I say what I'm about to say. You got the 2 of Cups. Virgo, you're going to really not like what I'm about to say. You got the 5 of Cups. All right, Virgo, if you don't get it together, I'm going to tell you right now, starting as of now, you are being blocked. You're being blocked from being able to connect with anyone who is in a high vibration. So in other words, you're going to move recklessly with others, then you're just going to be surrounded. Spirit's going to force you to surround yourself with low vibrational people so that every time you go to get over on someone, they're getting over on you. Instant karma. Just back to back series of unfortunate events until you learn to stop doing what you're doing, change for the greater good of not just yourself but others. Until further notice, you are being blocked. from friendships, connections, relationships, partnerships, anything good, you're not going to be getting until you get the point. You have to do the inner healing. If not, everything that's messed up within is going to start showing outer in your outer world. So I'm telling you, you're going to have losses after losses after losses if you don't stop this. And what do I mean? Stop what? The addictions, the drugs, the drinking, the getting over on people, the manipulating situations and people just to gain what you want. Stop it. You know who you are and you know what you're doing, so stop. You don't believe me? This is what at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. You are being blocked. God's not... listen, any miracles, blessings, and breakthroughs stripped, all being taken from you until you get it together. Work on yourself. Everything is going to be taken from you until you work on yourself. And if you don't start working on yourself, everything, the fact that God has taken everything away from you is going to, he's going to force you. He's going to force you to do the inner healing. You're going to have no choice but to sit that ass down and start self-reflecting and taking accountability and working on what you got to work on. Virgo. Oh, you get me mad. Should we clarify? Guess we should clarify these, huh? Clarify. Oh, okay. That was fast. Look, the Strength card to clarify the Eight of Wands. God's going to give you enough strength for you to do the inner work, but not enough strength to get over on the next person. Whether the strength be mentally, emotionally, psychically, physically, spiritually, energetically, whatever the strength, wherever it's coming from, he's giving you just enough to work on yourself, but not to be able to get over on the next person. Hear me when I say that. Do not let this go over your head. All right. And you're going to feel like you're being punished. You're going to know. You're going to know because it's going to feel like you're being punished. You're going to start being left out in the cold. You're going to notice people aren't going to invite you anywhere. That is when you're going to start noticing God is forcing you, obligating you to do the inner work. It's time to isolate. Hi. Let me get a card for this Two of Cups. Clarify this Two of Cups, Spirit. We have the Six of Wands, and that did come out in reverse. Ooh. No attention whatsoever. I'm telling you, you're going to feel like, what the heck just happened? You're under judgment. You're under judgment. And before you start working on yourself, you might want to have a one-on-one with God and repent for some of the stuff you've been doing, because you've been real reckless, real disrespectful. And this isn't for all of y'all. This is, y'all know, you know all the stuff, trifling stuff you've been doing behind the scenes. Clarify this Five of Cups. Oh my God, I'm telling you, Dios mío, Dios mío. You got the Ten of Pentacles, and that also came out in reverse. Let me zoom in because I want you to see what that says. Can you read it? Can you see it? Everything is being taken from you until you learn how to treat those exactly how you want to be treated. When I tell you, this is going to have you in your feelings, and you ain't got no one to be upset with other than yourself because of the choices you chose to make. The decisions and choices was in your hands, and you chose to be reckless and treat people recklessly. Anyways, Virgo, I'm tapping out because I'm just like, Well, this was your reading, and I really hope you guys get it together from a high vibing Virgo or semi high vibing to another Virgo. Listen, just do the work on yourself, and the rest will come to you. All right, Virgo, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and bye.